How's everybody doing? This is Ruben once again with Philosophy. Today I want to talk about, well, first off, I want to thank you guys for choosing and watching this video or listening to this audio. If you like my videos, the past videos, if you find the information helpful, like like on the video, comment, subscribe, will be greatly appreciated. And also if you can find it in your heart to donate anything, I mean $5, a cup of coffee, $1, anything would help to keep this movement going, because this philosophy movement is run by you, by your donations. So now today I want to talk about basically rats in your head, basically negative thoughts in your head, what to do whenever people are talking bad about you, whenever you hear rumors about you that are negative, whenever you hear something that may be stressing you a lot. We all deal with this in life, especially if you find yourself with success. If you're listening to your philosophy and you've listened to it for a few years now, ever since we came to be in 2016, you will notice that your success rate has increased. Everything has been put into play for you to go ahead and reach a better way of living than whatever it was before. So you will encounter people who don't like to see you in that success. You will encounter people who are envious of that success of yours. You will see people who basically, you know, get pleasure from putting negative thoughts in your head and have them repeat over and over again. We're going to talk about how to deal with it and so forth. So basically, whenever that comes into play, what you need to do is don't let them in. Is like the great saying, the ocean has a full body of water, but unless you allow it to get in, it won't sink you. Your boat will keep floating, you will keep going forward if you don't allow that water. You're surrounded by water, but it's not until you allow it to get it in that it starts sinking your ship. So whenever you find that, the first thing that you have to do is don't listen to it. Don't allow these people to come and muddle up your house. If a person comes knocking at your door, no matter who it is, and they have mud all over their feet, and you just cleaned your house, you're not going to allow them to mess up something that you just cleaned. And they should know better than to want to walk into your house with uh, feet full of mud. It's courtesy, right? It's well manners. So if they come into your house intentionally, knowing that they have mud in their shoes, they're disrespecting you, right? So first thing is, do not let them in. Do not let these negative thoughts in. Do not let them create a root so they can flourish. And best ways to do that is, whenever you hear something like that, whoever is telling you that negative rumor, stop them. Cut it in the bud. Say, look, I don't want to hear it. If it's something negative, I just don't want that in my life. It's okay if they think that bad about me. That's fine. It's not gonna affect me unless I allow it. If it's a text message that you're seeing, and and you start seeing that negative, oh, you fake person, you this and that, whatever, don't even finish reading it. Most of you finish reading it and then reread it again later and then show it to your friends or so forth. Stop it. Right when you see that negative things may come into your mind, erase it. Don't respond to it. If it's possible, block that person. If it's an email, the same thing. Right when you get to the negative part, cut it out, delete it. Don't even finish reading it. If it's a voicemail, the same thing. You would not allow someone to bring a bag full of rats into your house and throw them in there. They could hurt you, they could bite someone. You may have someone elder in your house, they might bite them, they may get sick, they may die. You will not allow someone to put rats into your house, throw a bag full of rats. Why would you allow someone to put rats in your head, to put these negative thoughts in your head? You know, if you look at super successful people and you read their biographies and autobiographies, you'll notice that many of them, all of them, experience things like this, where people talk bad about them. There's always someone or a group of people who don't think what they're doing is right. Excuse me, or they can do better and so forth. And one thing that you'll notice if you read their autobiographies and biographies, and this is why it's very important, and that's why I always suggest for you to read autobiographies and biographies of successful people, because you learn a lot. You learn a lot on how to counteract certain negative things that may happen. And if you notice one thing, if you read one thing that they'll do, well, they'll say is that if they pay attention to all the negative things that are coming their way, all the negative comments and so forth, especially in YouTube, right? You see a lot of negative comments. Maybe you want to build your YouTube channel or so forth, or whatever it is, and you see all these negative comments. If you pay attention to all of them and you read all of them, and whatever emails you're being sent negative, and you read them, text messages, voicemails, and so forth, and you listen to all the rumors, you're gonna want to blow your brains out. So what's one thing that the super successful people do? They don't listen to it. They stay away from it as much as possible, as much as they can. They stay away from it. The same thing that you have to do. And then once you do that, the next thing that you must do is send love to them. That's the best way to counteract them. Even in your head, you don't have to speak to them directly or respond to their email. Just in your head, say, I love you. And it's very important to say, I forgive you. And it's sort of like a prayer, and let it go. Say, I love you. I forgive you. You know not what you do. I love you. I forgive you. Because if you don't do that, you'll start accumulating hate, and you'll start accumulating grief or unforgiveness. That will cause you to get sick. That will cause a lot of more problems in the future. So the thing that you have to do is send love to them and forgive them. That will start the cycle to letting it go, and it won't bother you as much. If you don't do that, you'll start accumulating that hate, you'll start accumulating that anger, that grief. Maybe the first one won't do it, but if you don't handle it, it'll start accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. It's like a soup. You put one pinch of salt, maybe it may not change the taste of the soup that much. But if you keep adding 20 pinches of salt, then definitely the taste of the soup will change. The same thing here. Don't let it accumulate. Don't let those pinches of salt ruin your soup. So send love to them and say, I forgive you. You don't have to find them and even if it's 20 years later and you're just listening to this audio now and you have people who have done you wrong right now, you don't have to reach out to them or call them, oh, hey, it's me from 20 years ago. No, just say it in your head. Say, I love you and I forgive you, and let it go and move on with your life. That is the way that you will move on. If not, you will keep being stuck in that circle, and that will prevent you from reaching your full potential. So that's one thing that you must do. One, ignore all the negative comments, voicemails, emails. Don't even read them, delete them. Next, stay away from them. Do not get in contact with them. That's a person that does not deserve to be in your life. Block them. Do not answer their calls. Delete their contact information. Do not interact with these people. Love them, forgive them, and keep them out of your life. If it's a relationship that was very toxic, stop it, love them, forgive them, and move on. And do not communicate with them. And you do that process of you loving them and forgiving them, and you move forward. Don't attach yourself to that contact because it will ruin you. And then some extra things on the side that you can do is you can go ahead and get some lithium orotate. Lithium orotate comes, well, it's a mineral that was discovered, um, somewhere in the 1900s. I think it was 1920 or 30, 1950 maybe. Well, they found these lithium springs, these springs of water. And basically, people who had mental issues, maybe they had schizophrenia, maybe they had insomnia, they will find that they will go to these springs, soak in that water, and then what would happen is that their symptoms will go away for a few days. People who had insomnia were able to sleep for a few days. People who had schizophrenia didn't have those episodes for a few days. People who had depression, the depression will go away. Well, and for the longest, they just thought this was miracle water, right? Well, what could be in that water? Well, they went to go test that water and they found that those springs had a high concentration of lithium. Lithium is a mineral that is ideal for your brain to work. If you don't have lithium, you are basically a walking depressed person. Depression can get to you very easily. Many mental issues, anxiety can get to you very easily. And one thing that I've noticed is that when I'm lacking lithium and when I know that I need some lithium, is when I see that a certain thing keeps bothering me. My mind keep rehashing this certain thought, and it keeps cycling. I keep hearing it in my mind over and over again. That's when I take some lithium, boom, 5 minutes later goes away. And the best way to get lithium is in lithium orotate. Like many psychiatrists prescribe lithium, and it may work, but it's very toxic because they combine it with lithium carbonate. So for it to cross the blood-brain barrier, you need a high dose of lithium, and that brings a lot of symptoms. Your adrenal glands may swell up. Um, your, you may get a lot of sodium in your body, so you may retain a lot of water. People get very sick, maybe some nausea, and so forth. So There, I forgot this certain researcher's name. Um, I forgot his name. But basically, this certain researcher, the scientist, figured out that when he combined this mineral with orotate, which orotate is one of the elements that's in breast milk, and the reason it's in breast milk is because whenever a mineral or whatever nutrient is combined with orotate, orotate takes that mineral, that nutrition, and takes it straight to wherever it needs to go. It crosses the blood brain barrier easily with no resistance. When it's combined with another element that carries it to where it needs to go, for example, carbonate, it has trouble crossing that blood brain barrier. So it takes long. You need high doses of that for it to take effect and for you to feel the difference. So get some lithium orotate. They sell it in health food stores like the Vitamin Shop and so forth. You can get it online. Mr. Nieper, Dr. Nieper, that's his name. Dr. Nieper, he's the one that discovered this. Dr. Nieper. He has a great supplement from Dr. Nieper, lithium orotate. You can find it online very easily. John Gray from Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. He sells that in his online store, so you can get it there, but you can get it anywhere, or you can get any sort of lithium orotate. As long as it's lithium orotate, go ahead and take it. Follow the instructions on the bottle. Uh, of course, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. This is just advice. I would definitely advise you to contact your doctor and so forth. So basically, get some lithium orotate whenever you find yourself with a lot of stress, whenever you find yourself with, um, maybe you are dealing with a lot of negative things coming your way, like we talked about, and you're having trouble keeping these rats out of your head, go ahead and take some lithium. 5 minutes, you'll start noticing that they'll go away. If you don't notice it with that dose that it says on the bottle, start increasing it. Make some research because everybody is different. I believe as long as you don't take more than half of your body weight, you should be fine. So, for example, each little pill is around 5 to 4 milligrams. If you're 200 pounds, as long as you don't take over 100 milligrams for that day, you will be fine. That's what researchers have found out. So you can take a different amount. Uh, you'll start noticing it. You'll find exactly what will start working for you. So if you have anxiety issues, if you have depression issues, talk to your doctor. Take whatever medication you're being prescribed, but add some lithium to it. Some lithium orotate, not lithium, but lithium orotate, and you will start seeing that will go away. But this is mainly like, for example, if you have a certain negative situation that happened and it keeps rehashing over and over again, and it's very hard for you to take it out of your mind, go and take some lithium orotate. That will help you dissolve it. That will help you let it go away. So definitely take some. So I want to thank you guys for listening to this audio, watching this video. As I mentioned, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. It will be so greatly appreciated. Go ahead and also email me if you have any questions. The email should be below. It's ulosophy1@gmail.com. Ulosophy, ULOSOPHY 1, the number 1, at gmail.com. Go ahead and reach me there. Also, if you find it in your heart to donate any amount, $1, if it's $1, that would be so greatly appreciated. I would definitely, whatever amount you donate, I would definitely contact you and personally thank you. And I'll also go ahead and try to go ahead and do something special for you. Maybe I'll give you you know, some advice on a certain thing that you may need. Also, if you're if you're interested in buying personal time, personal coaching time, I will give it away for free as long as you make a donation. If you make a donation, I will give you a certain amount free. So email me if you're interested in personal coaching on whatever situation that you may be dealing with. I can offer you a great deal, especially right now. Take advantage of it right now, because as once we'll continue to grow, your loss, if it continues to grow, it will be much harder for me to do this. And let's say I may get to the point that I may not even offer it no more, because I would just have so much in my plate. So take advantage right now. It pays to be at the start of anything. So take advantage of it. The prices, the amount of time, you will not find it again no more. So take advantage of this time as we're growing, to take advantage of personal coaching and any special advice that you want through email or whatever over the phone. Take advantage of it. Reach me if you're interested, and I'll give you the details, and I'll definitely try to cut some, some sort of very, very great deal for you, because right now we're growing. So contact me. But you guys